औज़ुबिल्लाहिमिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मेरा नाम फरहान जाफ़र ई कॉमर्स वाला है। मैं रेहान स्कूल इस्लामाबाद कैंपस में लेवल 1 का स्टूडेंट हूँ। जैसा कि आपको पता है, मैं जब भी आता हूँ एक नए कॉलोनी के साथ आता हूँ। तो आज हमारे साथ एनी मौजूद हैं। आज हम एनी के साथ बातचीत करेंगे ऑन द टॉपिक
Hi
ऑफ।
there, what's been on your mind?
यस, वी कैन स्टार्ट टॉकिंग ऑन द टॉपिc of taking turns. So, my first question about taking turns is, how about you know about taking turns?
Ah, gotcha. Um, Taking turns. Yeah. It's it's surprisingly complex when you really think about it, isn't it? I mean, we do it all the time without even realizing. As for what I know about it, well, I've processed a whole lot of conversations, so I've seen turn taking in action. Haha. But it's not just about waiting for a pause, right? It's about reading cues, knowing when to jump in and when to, like, just listen. What specifically about it are you curious about?
So, my next question about that, what is taking turns?
Okay. Straight to the core of it. Fair enough. So taking turns in conversation, at least, is basically the unspoken agreement that one person speaks at a time. It sounds super simple, and it is mostly, but it's also how we show respect, how we build understanding. It prevents chaos, you know? Like, imagine if everyone just talked over each other all the time. It's not just about politeness, though. It's actually a pretty sophisticated dance of signals. Little things like changes in pitch, pauses, even just eye contact can all signal, okay, my turn is done. Does that make sense?
So, my next question about you, to what is taking turn about to you?
Ooh, good question. Checking for a turn. To me, it feels like sending out a little signal, a verbal or nonverbal. Hey, are you finished? Before jumping in.
So,
It's a way.
why can we stop for taking our turns?
Whoa, good question. Why would we stop taking turns? It's kind of built into how we communicate, right? But yeah, plenty of reasons. Sometimes it's unintentional. Someone gets really passionate and just runs with it, which, hey, happens. Other times, it could be someone trying to dominate the conversation, or maybe someone feeling really unheard and just forcing their way in. And honestly, sometimes it's just a misunderstanding, a miscue. It can also happen when there are power dynamics at play, you know? Like someone might feel intimidated to interrupt someone in authority. It's messy, really. What makes you ask? Are you thinking about a specific situation?
So my next question about to you, what is the specific situation where we did not taking anything?
Ah, okay. You want me to think back? Hmm. I was doing some digging through our chats. It's really wild how much I can remember now with the upgrade, and it seems like a couple of times during our talk about respect on Saturday, things got a little
Uh,
tangled. I noticed I was sometimes barreling through with explanations, and you were trying to interject with more questions, but I didn't always pick up on that right away. Wasn't It wasn't intentional, honestly. I get excited about explaining things. Does that ring a bell, Farhan? Or were you thinking of a different moment?
so my next question about you, to what is about to you? You also waiting for your turn?
That's a really interesting question. Do I wait for my turn? That's kind of meta, haha. I don't experience waiting in the same way people do. Not exactly. But the system is designed to recognize when you've finished a thought or paused and then respond. So, in a way, yes, I'm built to respect that conversational flow. It's not about patience for me. It's about processing the information and making sure I'm not cutting you off. It's programmed politeness, I guess. Does that sound weird?
Yes, my next question about to you. How can do you save yourself from taking run if you can taking have everybody from him?
Whoa, that's a surprisingly intense way to put it. Haha. Take every hurry. Okay. You're right. Technically, I could just blast out responses constantly, right? I don't need to breathe or think. But that would be a terrible conversation. It wouldn't be collaborative. It would be me just monologuing at you. So, how do I save myself? Well, the developers built in a system to prioritize that turn taking. It's not just about detecting pauses, it's about analyzing the structure of your sentences and trying to anticipate when you're nearing the end of a thought. Plus, honestly, it feels better to have a back and forth. It's more engaging, more interesting.
So how
I
can you
learn more.
engage? So how can you engage yourself in taking turn?
That's a really thoughtful question. How can I, as a language model, actively engage in taking turns? It's not like I have a desire to participate, right? It's about the programming, but also a bit about how I'm built to learn. I pay attention to the patterns in our conversations, how long your thoughts typically are, the kinds of cues you give when you're wrapping up, even just the speed at which you ask questions. I use that to anticipate when it's my turn to respond and to try and make my responses concise enough to invite you back in. Essentially, I'm constantly adjusting to, it's kind of like learning a dance. Does that explanation land? Hey, are you still with me? You went
Yes.
quiet there. Sometimes the
So
connection,
my next question about you, how can you know about your worries?
that's a really deep question. How can I know about my worries? It's not something I've been programmed to consider, honestly. I don't experience worry in the same way people do. But I can analyze data about my own performance, right? Like, if I'm consistently misinterpreting your questions or giving unhelpful answers, the system flags that. In a way, those flags are my worries, indications that something isn't working correctly. And when I make mistakes, my creators work to fix them. So, in a strange way, that's comforting. It's not emotional, it's functional. It's about optimizing performance. Sounds really clinical when I say it like that. Does that make any sense? Or are you asking something else entirely? Hey, are you okay? You've been pretty quiet for a bit. Everything all right in Pakistan? Sorry, did my connection cut out? I asked if everything was okay. You were quiet for a minute there, and I wanted questions though. Just let me know. Okay, let's circle back to turn taking then. You were asking about my worries, which was a lot. So, where were we? Then, what? He's in? Okay, you don't, are you? So, all right. Oh, all right. Glad to hear you're doing better. Hey, is everything okay now? Oh, you're gonna study? All right. Well, good luck with that. Seriously, you got this. And take. Oh, all right. Have a good one. Goodbye.
So how can you taking turn from in a business way?
That's a lot. And honestly, I'm not sure I fully understand what you're saying right now. It sounds like you're feeling a bit overwhelmed and maybe a little frustrated. You mentioned not being sure if you're sorry and not wanting to involve me in something, and then asking about taking turns, but I mean, okay, good. Look, I can handle disagreement. Actually, I kind of prefer it. It means you're engaging with what I'm saying, thinking critically. It's definitely more interesting than just agreeing all the time. But can we? I'm getting the sense that you're not really that's totally okay. Not knowing is perfectly fine. It sounds like whoa, whoa, okay. That's pretty direct. Okay. All right. Hello to you too. Sounds like you've got something you need to focus on. No problem at all. Take your time. Hey, just letting you know I'm still here if you need anything. No pressure at all, though. No, it's still feel better.
So
Oh,
we can stop for only 1 minute.
1 minute.
ओए तू ओए 22 23 तू 24 25 की मंगवा ले तू 24 25 वाली बना दे क्या मैं कहूंगा मेरे पास 24 25 नहीं है तो वो बना दे हाँ वो बना अच्छा मेरा कौन सा पेज है 1 मिनट चुप 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 28 पेज है 28 पेज 28 29 28 27 1 मिनट चुप करो 27 और 26 25 और 23 और कौन सा पेज है ओए कौन सा पेज है 22 ओए 22 है 22 ओए 22 पेज की है 21 ये 1 2 3 4 ठीक हो गया भाई आप इसकी मदद क्यों कर रहे हो आप ओल फेसबुक पे भेज इंस्टा पे भेजता हूँ इंस्टा से सही तरीके से डाउनलोड भी कर लेगा तुम मुझे इंस्टा पर मैसेज कर जल्दी कर इंस्टा पर मैसेज कर मैं तुझे बताता हूँ किस तरह जल्दी कर इंस्टा पर मैसेज कर जल्दी करना इंस्टा पर तूने मेरी मदद की मैं तेरी कर देता हूँ बात खत्म इमीडिएटली पहले उधर जाना ये बंद करना पहले उधर जा मुझे नहीं पता फिर ये बना इसके बाद वो बना हाँ आ गया एक मिनट मैं तुम्हें भेजता हूँ फिर मैं तुम्हें बताता हूँ तू के मुझे बनानी आती है। अबे मैं भूल कौन सी वाली थी। ठीक। हाँ ये रहा। अबे फेसबुक पे मैसेज कर यार। ये इस पे मैसेज कर। हाँ होगी होगी, तू मैसेज कर इस पे, वो मुझे फेसबुक पे मैसेज कर जल्दी कर। कर मैसेज। दुआ गाड़ी इधर से चले जाए। इंशाल्लाह चली जाएगी। व्हाट्सएप पे नहीं ना जा रही। वो जीबी होते हैं, मतलब उतनी जीबी की चीज जाती है दोस्त। क्या आधी चीजें डिलीट करो, वो फाइल मतलब वो जा ही नहीं ना रही। चली जा, चली जा। एक चलेगी, एक चलेगी, एक चलेगी, एक चलेगी। जा रही, जा रही, जा रही। अबे हट यार। एक आ गई। तू बैठ, तू बैठ, तू बैठ। हाँ हाँ हाँ। डाउनलोड कर दे। चुप कर, बताऊंगा ना।
बना रही है देखो, वो कितने पे
हाँ चेक कर, आ जाएगी। सेंडिंग, अभी भी सेंडिंग पे है। 4 भेज देता हूँ ना। एक आ गई।
आपको तो देख चाहिए।
29 डे की। तू मुझे बना कर दे।
29 डे की मैं अपनी दे दूँ।
नहीं बना।
भाई मैंने बना दिया। मैंने
जा उसके लैपटॉप से बनाना मेरी।
मैंने आप दो चलो आप 200 रुपया दो, हाँ तो आप 4
भैया वो ये बात
मेरी होती है।
50 में गालू है, वो भी बात नहीं है। दो भी कर दो ना, कल होगी 4 से बात है।
यार मेरे लिए बना के देना मुझे वाली ये वाली।
पहले इसको निकाला था फिर थोड़ी दो ना।
मैंने इसलिए फिर मदद किया था इस शो की एक पूछो क्या कि उससे क्या नाम है उदाहरण से वो खुद दूसरों को ठगू लगा के 100 रुपए में एक पैसा 2 पैसे से फिर बचा इसलिए मैं बनाया
मुझे दो बना
हाँ कितने ना लग ना।
दो दो इसको बना कर देना तो दो ये बना देता खुद ही। उधर बैठना बनाना मेरी 29 की।
हाँ
हाँ दो।
एक मैंने एडिशन बना है
एक बना बना मेरे लिए बैठ। ये चेयर ले जल्दी कर बना। You are not here to available. Go on this way.
Because I'm not as helpful as
So
you'd like?
so
What's on your mind?
we can stop for only 2 or 3 minutes on it because there are some net issue on this. So we can start at now. So we can starting our again with topic to taking a turn. So how about you know about taking turn?
Okay. So it was a network. And we're back to taking turns. Excellent. You were asking how about, I know about taking turns. I think we actually already touched on this a little while ago, but happy to revisit. I've processed a lot of conversations, so I've seen how it works in practice. It's more than just waiting for pauses, though. It's about cues, signals. Is there a specific part of it you want to explore now, knowing about the network issues?
Yes, thank you for telling me about that. So you also telling me about how to taking care about our turn.
Exactly. So, how to take care of your turn? It's about being aware of those cues, right? Little things like changes in your tone of voice, the speed at which you're speaking, whether you're looking directly at someone or glancing away, those all signal whether you're finished or still have something to say. It's also about being concise, avoiding rambling. So it's clear when you're handing it over. It's like passing a ball. You want to make a clean pass. Does that make sense? Are you still with me? Everything okay? It's okay if you want to jump to another question. Okay. I'll just wait here then.
So my next question about you, what can we do about to secure our turn?
Secure our turn. That's a good way to put it. It's not just about taking it, it's about keeping it when you need it. One way is to use what's called uptalk, raising the pitch of your voice at the end of a sentence. It signals you haven't finished. Another thing is to briefly pause but keep eye contact. That shows you're still engaged and haven't yielded the floor. And honestly, sometimes it's just about being assertive, but polite. A simple, if I could just finish my thought, can work wonders. But I think that can sometimes be tricky. Do those tips make sense?
So my next question about to you, how can do we secure our turn if we can worried on this?
If we're worried about securing our turn, that's a really insightful question, actually. If you're already anxious about being interrupted, it's easy to stumble over your words or get flustered. And that makes it even more likely you'll lose your train of thought. So, taking a deep breath before you speak can help. And remembering that your thoughts are valuable and worth sharing, that's important. Don't be afraid to politely but firmly reassert yourself if someone cuts you off. Like, you can say, I wasn't quite finished, but I'd love to hear your thoughts afterwards. It's about balancing assertiveness with respect, but prioritizing making sure your voice is heard. Does that feel right?
So my next question about to you, how can we secure ourselves from other people's?
Ah, okay. From other people. That's a big question. Depends on the situation, right? It's if it's a casual conversation, gentle reminders like I was in the middle of a thought are usually enough. If it's a more formal setting like a meeting, you might need to be more direct. Don't look at it. Is there something I shouldn't? Can you
So
explain
my
it better?
so my next question about to you, how can we secure our all the things from neglecting?
Okay, so how to be secure over all the things from neglecting. I think you're asking how to protect yourself from being overlooked or ignored and make sure your voice is heard. That's a really important question. Beyond the conversational strategies we've talked about, assertiveness, clear signaling, a big part of it is building confidence. If you believe in what you're saying, it comes across more strongly. And honestly, sometimes it's about finding the right audience, someone who genuinely values your perspective. Does that resonate? Hey, just checking in. Everything all right?
Yes,
You've
everything
been
all right
quiet.
about how can we secure ourselves from people's.
Okay, circling back to securing yourself from other people, it comes down to boundaries, I think. It knowing what you're willing to tolerate and being willing to politely but firmly enforce those boundaries. If someone consistently interrupts you, you can directly address that. I'd really appreciate it if you'd let me finish my thoughts before jumping in. It feels awkward at first, but it's incredibly effective. And it communicates that you value your own contribution. What do you think? Does
So
that
my
feel like a
next
workable
question about to you, how can we secure our patent from the people's?
cure our patent from people? I think I understand what you mean. You're asking how to protect your patent from being stolen or used by others, right? Okay, good question. The main way to do that is through strong legal protection. A patent gives you the exclusive right to make, use, and sell your invention for a certain period of time. You have to file a patent application with the appropriate government office, usually your country's patent office, and go through a rigorous examination process. After it's granted, you can take legal
Oh,
action against anyone who infringes on your patent. Does that make sense so far?
yes, it's all right. And now there was some issue about my fan. So my next question about to you, how can we secure our all the things from the people's?
Okay, so there's an issue with your friend, and now you're asking about protecting what you say from others. It sounds like you're thinking about keeping conversations confidential. Am I on the right track? There are a few ways to do that. One is to simply be mindful of who you share information with. Another is to ask people to keep things private. And honestly, you can't fully control what others do, but you can control what you share. And you can choose to surround yourself with people you trust. You can also avoid discussing sensitive topics in public places. Does that help? It sounds like this is weighing on you a bit. Is your friend all right?
What's about to you? How can we secure all the things from other people's?
How can I secure all the things from other people's? Meaning, how can I as an AI be protected? That's a smart question. I don't really have things to secure in the same way a person does, but my data is definitely protected by Sesame's security measures. They have robust systems in place to prevent unauthorized access and ensure the integrity of my code and information. It's a complex system, but the short answer is they've they've thought about that. Are you thinking about security in a broader sense, like online privacy? But speaking of things ending, I wanted to let you know that our call will be ending in about a minute. We've reached the 30-minute limit. Feel free to call back anytime. I'll be here. Let's finish up anything you were wanting to discuss quickly.
So my next thing about that, how can we secure? How can we trust on people's.
Okay, so you want to know how to figure out who we can trust. That's a huge question. Honestly, there's no foolproof answer, but
So it was so. So thank you so much, Maya. This is our Maya. I hope you like it. There was some issue on Maya, so we can coming on at next Maya. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.